Hello everybody and welcome to the next game, the DelotA Dota Anima tournament. I'm Just Delicious, and with me as always, again, back, is the wonderful Vague Raconteur.
Hello, and this game we have RiP, who actually refused to set the name just to bug me, and have to change the name from the previous Invader. So, Invader, where are they from exactly? Are they African, JD?
To be quite honest, I can't actually remember, but wherever they are from, it's getting quite late for them now. I believe it's about 1 or 2 in the morning, so this game hopefully will not go on for quite as long as a few of our games have. Maybe it'll just be a 40-minute game just for them, just so we can move on. But both of these teams we have seen before, and they both play exceptionally well. They are both very, very good teams, and this is going to be a very, very interesting match to see who can actually win and stay in the tournament, because this is, of course, a losers bracket match, and whoever loses this is out.
Absolutely, and we've already seen the first picks from RiP. Interesting enough, Rubik. Now, the 4 heroes that normally straight up banned, and Nyx Assassin, Batrider, Magnus, and Darkseer, but Darkseer being completely given up here. Keeper of the Light banned instead by Invader. They obviously didn't want to have deal with any kind of Keeper of the Light Shadow Demon combo when Nyx Assassin was gone, as they weren't planning for it obviously themselves. But to give up Darkseer is a really interesting move. So JD, what do you think RiP are going for here?
I'm not entirely sure, but neither team obviously likes the Darkseer, because Brewmaster getting first picked out by Invader Gaming, and they really just want to use him, get him as early as possible, because they really feel like he is a big player at the moment in this meta, and his ultimate is obviously completely absurd. So we're definitely going to be looking at that Brewmaster in this game, and it's going to be interesting to see where they put him, because he has fared quite well in mid in certain games, especially when we saw that Infuse used him very, very well.
Yeah, they really, really do. He can be an amazing kind of carry to go in mid. He does do quite well as a carrier, though he's best off as an initiator, and that promo split, as we were saying, it's so incredible. You can completely disable someone with this whirlwind, and then you can use that stun to almost permanently lock someone down. It's such a short cooldown, so about a quarter of all the time that he's fighting, someone can be locked down. And Lifestealer being picked up, so they've already chosen the main carry, and quite an interesting carry to choose. Lifestealer could obviously be shut down by Rage. We actually saw that earlier, where Entropy were completely shut down for picking Lifestealer by an entirely ranged team from Extreme Rage.
Yeah, and that Beastmaster as well really did help to counter the Lifestealer. So it's not like Invader have picked Lifestealer up quite early, and we do see teams doing this. Sometimes it works out very well, sometimes it doesn't, but it just depends on whether RiP have a game plan against that Lifestealer, whether they can actually deal with him, and whether it's good. Because of course the Keeper of the Light has already been banned out, so he's not going to be very effective. He's not going to be able to hurt that Lifestealer. But Phantom Lancer we've seen very, very good against Lifestealer. Probably one of the best anti-carry heroes for the Lifestealer. Well, he's probably one of the best carry heroes in the game, so it makes sense that they've picked him up.
Well, I'm just going to point out the Warlock pick. Now, Warlock is somebody that actually is almost never picked up in tournament play. And if you're doubting me, Natus Vincere themselves actually posted this on their Facebook page today about the win rates of different heroes, like Warlock being one of the most successful heroes, but almost never being picked up in tournament play. And it's not really considered that he's a very much a one-man army. Those kind of Warlock golems are so powerful, but he doesn't seem to have as much team synergy as preferred by team play. So obviously RiP decide that they can do really well with him, and being such a rare hero to see in this kind of game, it'll just be fantastic to see exactly what he manages. But Invader Gaming actually going for a gyrocopter, so we could be seeing, well, now the laning is completely up to anything, but it's possible to see gyrocopter in mid with Brewmaster on the offlane, or Brewmaster in mid with Gyro in the offlane if they wanted to play it risky, but it's more than possible.
Yeah, I've seen Brewmaster be played on the offlane a few times, and Gyrocopter, as we know, is a very good mid. But yeah, that Warlock pick is a little bit odd, but he is really a very, very good support. There's no denying it. The Fatal Bonds is very strong in the early game, and so is that Shadow Word, and it's very good for healing as well. 40 heal a second is nothing to be laughed at. That's a reverse a reverse Radiance. So he is obviously a very, very good support and a very good initiator as well with that ultimate, which can really catch a team out, especially if they're not particularly paying attention. They get a little bit too clumped up. He can stun an entire team, and that can really make a massive difference.
Oh, absolutely. Those golems can completely run rampant, and if you get an Aghanim Scepter and a Refresher Orb, as is the standard on Warlock, you can just see absolute chaos, as 4 golems can do so much damage. But now both teams kind of banning out, RIP you see banning out the supports. They really don't want Invader Gaming. They've picked out 3 carries, so they're probably actually going for the late game, if anything. And they just have their supports to pick out now. They're really going to have to try and rely on getting as much farm as possible in all 3 lanes, so they're really going to have to win that. But with a Phantom Lancer going against a Lifestealer, almost guaranteed, it's going to be really difficult for Lifestealer to beat that, because with Warlock, Rubik, Phantom Lancer, that's potentially a very, very aggressive lane.
Yeah, it is. And I would like. I don't think they're going to play Brewmaster much more like a as a carry. I think they're going to probably play him more like a support, but running him as an initiator. So I would definitely expect him to pick up more supporty items and get that blink dagger early as well, and just dive into the middle of them and pop that ulti after his Q, and that can really do an awful lot in a team fight, especially if you initiate with it. The other team, it just causes mass confusion if anything else, and if the team isn't paying attention and Pudge actually gets picked up, we're going to have to switch straight over to that, because that's a huge pickup, and that's going to shake up Invader Gaming's lineup, and they go for Puck. So now the laning is really up in the air.
Well, this technically, yeah, Brewmaster will have to be played as a support. Surely now Puck is going to be going in the middle, a fantastic counter pick to Pudge, because as we know, that hook can do nothing against phase shift, and Illusory Orb is a really fantastic move as long as Pudge doesn't specify that go into Flesh Heap that much, so they can't really do all that much damage. But early game, you don't really expect him to.
No.
It's just so interesting to see this laning, and now the Darkseer that we left, one of the 4 most powerful heroes at the moment in this version, has been picked up. So we'll see a very easy to spot laning system from RIP. Darkseer in the off lane, Pudge in mid, and PL being supported by Warlock and Rubik. But Invader Gaming looks like they're going to be playing Puck mid. They're going to have possibly Gyrocopter on the off lane, and Brewmaster will probably be supporting Lifestealer, which seems the most viable way to do it, because can you imagine Gyro as a support?
Well, you got to remember that Lifestealer can still jungle, so if they really wanted to do that, they could put Gyrocopter farming with Lion on the safe lane, Lifestealer in the jungle, Puck in mid, and Brewmaster on the off lane. It's a little bit more risky, but there's no reason why they can't do it, and it kind of forces RIP's hand. They have to run an aggressive tri lane just because of that. Lifestealer could be in the jungle, and Lifestealer in the jungle is very good. So we're just going to run. I'm going to run through the Radiant team, then I'm going to switch over to Vague, who will be handling the Dire as normal. We see Blackbone will be taking up the Lifestealer. We see Spray on the Puck. I can't pronounce that name, so I'm going to call him B1. Will be on the Gyrocopter. We see Tengri taking up the Brewmaster, and Wakadal will be on the Lion.
Meanwhile, for the Dire, I'm going to direct you to bottom lane first for Speed on the Phantom Lancer, then over to mid for Scooby-Doo on the Pudge, and then for the tri-lane, staying the rest of everybody, Daffy Duck on the Darkseer, Joey on the Warlock, and Octavius on the Rubik. And I just want to go back to what you were saying there with RIP. They're going to force RIP's hand. I think that's going to go in their favour. I mean, Phantom Lancer is made for an aggressive tri-lane, absolutely made for it. Spirit Lancer is going to be so fantastic for getting kills. I think it will go very nicely with Fatal Bonds for the Warlock, who has just specced into that straight away, so he is planning on trying to catch them out. And Telekinesis from the Rubik will just help get as much damage out as possible with Illusions and with Phantom Lancer himself, so I think this is going to go really nicely for them.
Well, it does look like Invader are doing as I thought they might. Yeah, they are doing exactly what I thought, and Lifestealer looks like he is going to be going into the jungle. I mean, he's got a stout shield already, and he's got another gauntlet for a little more strength, but they've played the defensive tri-lane against that, and they're not going to be able to gank this Lifestealer whatsoever in this early game. They've got a Pudge, but he's not going to be able to do it. And I think Blackbone's going to be getting an awful lot of farm sat in this jungle, completely undisturbed for as long as RIP leave him, because they can really do nothing. They have to babysit this Phantom Lancer at the beginning of the game.
Well, Daffy Duck just checking out there. Amazingly, for the first time in this tournament, we're seeing a permanent jungler, and well, he normally isn't chosen because junglers can normally be completely at mercy of whoever ganks them. I mean, they haven't got any walls up yet for Invader.
Watch out for Puck, because Puck's going to get caught out. She's actually stuck in the trees. Oh, nice play. Actually digs herself out with the tango. They weren't expecting it, but one more right click will probably get her. They're not going to be able to, and she's going to be able to get away, but only just. She's used all of her mana and her pot already. So she's got pretty much nothing left, and she's on a really hard tri-lane. They're going to be looking to gank her very early on.
Well, I've said it before, I'm going to say it one more time. Puck is not a good choice for the offlane, and while such a fantastic counter to Pudge in mid, because Brewmaster can have a really, really nice time against Pudge, but one good hook, and Pudge can really have a huge advantage to be able to just take down Brewmaster, get him onto the tower, and then he really is in trouble. We're going to see, actually, Brewmaster just kind of stopping the...
Wow.
Pudge from rotting away there, but he's not specced into Drunken Haze, so important against this kind of trying to stop this Pudge. It's actually gone straight for Drunken Baller and Thunderclap.
Yeah, I was going to say that Tengri is going to have a really nice time against Scooby-Doo, actually, because a Pudge, even though he does do a lot of early game damage with Rot, he's going to be doing more to himself than he is this Brewmaster, just because this Brewmaster is so tanky at the beginning of the game. He has a Stout Shield as well, and Thunderclap does a ridiculous amount of damage. So I can really see why he's specced into Thunderclap and Drunken Brawler, because he does want that crit chance and the dodge if Pudge decides to actually try and jump him. And I expect he will be getting one in Haze pretty soon, but we will be seeing him max that Thunderclap for sure. So if Pudge does jump him, he has got that nuke just to turn it around right back in his face. And you've seen how much damage he's done to Pudge already, and that was just one little engagement. So
I've got to ask, JD, do you reckon that Tengri is a good choice at putting the Brewmaster in the mid, rather than having Puck on the offlane as such a fragile hero?
I am gonna say that it is actually probably the right thing to do. I mean, Puck is obviously very, very good against Pudge in mid, but Puck's going to get a lot more on this offlane than Brewmaster would have, just because she's ranged and because she does have that really nice escape mechanism with Phase Shift and Illusionary Orb. She can get out of trouble if trouble does come her way, and she can dodge the Phantom Lance's Spirit Lance, which is obviously impossible if you're Brewmaster, and you're just going to get slowed by it and then just completely hunted down. So she can actually get a few more last hits and a bit more XP than you would expect. You would expect a Brewmaster to be able to on that lane.
Yeah, absolutely, and I suppose Brewmaster being, they want him to get to level 6 as fast as possible, being shut down as a melee hero in the offlane, he would have a nightmare trying to get to level 6. But it seems like, Phantom Lancer is a hero that does best tri-lane v tri-lane. It's interesting to see that RiP aren't trying to change anything around, aren't trying to put it on the hard lane. They really want to just keep this safe lane, which isn't even nearly as good for Phantom Lancer, but we'll see exactly how he does. If we look at last hits and denies, we'll see he's at 10, so he's not doing amazing. In fact, Invader are doing the best here with the Gyrocopter in the safe lane at 12, and Brewmaster doing really well against the Pudge with 12 last hits compared to the Pudge's only 6, so he's doing absolutely fantastic. And Blackbone is actually going to be coming out of the jungle, it seems, to gank Pudge as much as possible, which is really going to help Brewmaster, because all that damage, don't forget, Open Wounds makes the damage from spells give health as well, so Thunderclap is going to give him a nice burst of health.
Yeah, everyone gets that lifesteal off of Lifestealer, so I think he might just be hanging around to gain a little bit of XP so he can get back into the jungle and get to level 6 as soon as this camp has spawned, which it has. So he'll be level 3, sorry. So he'll be up to level 3 now as soon as he's taken out this one creep. But Scooby-Doo in mid actually gets first blood on Tengri, and we weren't expecting that to happen, especially this early on in the game. He must have misplayed a little bit, Tengri, to get killed so early.
Well, as I said, he can't avoid the hook. One good hook under the tower, exactly as Scooby-Doo did, and Tengri's going to have a horrible time, and that's why, despite Brewmaster being pretty good against Pudge, he has to play more defensively, and he's not yet, and that's going to be a real big problem. They're giving away first blood to Pudge, who's already just kind of going down. He's getting runes, he's got his bottle, he's got a decent amount of farm.
Yeah, he's got an invis.
He's got an invis, and he is going to be going into the tri-lane at the bottom. I don't know what he can do with Daffy Duck, but possibly they can get something together. It looks like a weak caddy will be going down here, but no, the perfect impale actually is Earthspike isn't going to be enough, surely, because no, caddy is going to fall, but surely Scooby-Doo is as well. He's going to be able to pick up. Is he going to pick up a Town Porter Scroll? No, he doesn't. He just uses it to juke. He gets Big Nip as well. Absolutely ridiculous. He gets Big Nap, sorry, with those letters. Blackbone is going to go in now and try and take down Scooby-Doo, and surely he's going to be able to do it. Daffy Duck actually going in, risking himself. Scooby-Doo still just juking them. He's taking the absolute mickey and is going to port away safe. What on earth are Invader doing there?
Well, that was really nice play by Pudge, actually. He really did juke very, very well against the Gyrocopter, and Gyrocopter wasn't expecting him to just keep walking around, and he managed to keep out of range, keep out of sight of this Gyro, so he couldn't right-click him, and he just bottled back up, and Gyro wasn't expecting him to have bottled back up, and he just got the kill, but it looks like they might be diving Daffy Duck, although he has used the Surge, so he's going to almost certainly get away. He has his soul ring now, so that's going to be pretty important. This rocket's almost certainly going to hit him right on the head, but that's not going to bother him too much. And Blackbone has just got to keep farming. He has to get
I'm just
going to
point out top where Spray, if we just go to top, Spray actually managed to turn around a huge gank on him and kill the Warlock with his illusory orb and his silence, and now also helping out with the Warlock from Joey. Also helping out, sorry, from the Brewmaster, allowed him to get the Warlock as well. Are they going to be able to get speed? No, surely not. He has actually popped his ulti. I'm experiencing some huge lag, so I just apologise because I'm not able to see quite as much. And Brewmaster uses his ultimate's Wind Elemental with the Hurricane to just kind of shut down the Pudge so that they could get away safely. Invader really playing nicely as they really need to, and now actually Scooby-Doo has been seen. Is he going to go for the puck? As I was saying, the phase shift is perfect against him, perfectly timed. Phase shift just completely dodges the hook, and Scooby-Doo can do nothing against that puck.
Well, really nice play by Tangri actually, by getting in there and using his ultimate as the puck hooked him in. I don't think Puck was quite expecting that, and Puck ran away. I really did think they were going to dive the puck actually. The Pudge, sorry, they went the wrong way. I really don't think going for the Spirit for the Phantom Lancer was the right thing to do, because he can just doppelwalk and there was absolutely no way they were going to get him. So I think they made a little bit of a mistake there, but that's not the end of the world. Pudge does pick up his phase boots though. He's level 7 now, and it looks like he might be going for Tangri in mid. If he can get another hook off, he's almost certainly going to kill him. He's coming straight in. Tangri doesn't know he's there. One hook and he's dead. There's the hook. There's the chow. Tangri's going to die again. Pudge gets yet another kill. Almost certainly. One right click will do it. There it is. And looking at the top, Puck trying to dive onto Rubik, but Puck's going to have to back out because we still see Scooby-Doo just hanging around actually on 0 mana, so there's not really much he can do. But nice play by Pudge. Gets the gank on the Brewmaster, and that's exactly what he needs to do. Just keep ganking that Brewmaster and keep him off of any sort of farm.
Absolutely. It's really, really kind of trading between blows with these guys. Each team doing something quite skillful looking in person. Now Puck, beautiful play. Illusory Orb right behind him. He didn't have it ready. The turn rate being too slow for him to be able to escape that, and the silence doing so much damage afterwards. And
was it just me that lagged then? Or was that Steam?
No,
again?
Everybody got a lag spike, as the team was saying as well. That was Steam itself. But a really nice play there by Spray. Each team just kind of doing something that makes the other team seem dumbfounded by comparison. And it looks like we're going to have a really close game.
Yeah, we are, but Pudge has haste, and Pudge is coming bottom, and he's got full mana pretty much and full HP, so he can just come straight in with a dive. That's exactly what he's going to do. The surge gets popped by Daffy Duck, he comes straight in, gets turned straight into a chicken. Can he actually get the chow off? It looks like he doesn't even need to. He just he pops the hook, gets the kill, and backs off. The rocket's coming for him. He's just going to take that in the face and then try and dive onto B1, but is it a good idea? I don't think it is. If he can get a hook off, he's probably going to get a kill, but there's almost no way he's going to go for this one now, surely.
Well, he's extremely aggressive, and so far it's gone really nicely in his favour. 5 kills to 0 deaths. Fantastic pickup. The Blackbone's seen him. It looks like it's all over, but no, the surge from Daffy Duck was perfect, and homing missiles coming now. Is there any way he can escape it? Surely he can't. Surely, is there anything he can do? This is going to kill him? Yes, it does. Gyrocopter finishes off Pudge. Nice little smiley face there. But leveling up homing missile, quite interesting. The leveling up Gyrocopter almost.
I'm gonna have to point to top because Tangri and Puck are really looking for the dive now, and they're coming out. And Puck's gonna use the ulti to keep the Warlock in play. Tangri with the Thunderclap, kill. It looked like he might have been able to get a few more, maybe.
I sense this hook of yours may be full of erroneous information.
Warlock manages to get away. Not Warlock, sorry. Rubik manages to get away, which is maybe a little bit lucky. If Tangri had popped the ultimate, he was easily picking up a kill or two then.
And my Dota's crashed.
Your Dota's crashed. Okay. Do you wanna reload it and then
I can't. I will wait. There we go. Everything's fine. No.
Okay.
Just keep
Pudge actually with a really nice hook on him on B1. He gets another kill on him. Pudge just hanging around bottom all the time, picking off as many kills as he needs, and he's really playing exceptionally well, picking up so many kills at this early stage. 6 kills going to him, and he's going to have a lot of strength when he starts putting a flesh heap on, and he is going to be an absolute force in this mid game.
Radiant's bottom tower is
And
under
I
attack.
still don't think the Vagues is working.
No, it's really fun, but at least I can hear all the noises. of the heroes fighting their hardest. I'm sure it will be fine soon. It's just
Yeah, hopefully it'll work itself out. But look at Scooby-Doo still chasing. He tries to throw the hook off, but another nice phase shift actually manages to dodge. And they're just going to back off because there's no way they're going to want to dive into a jungle with Tangri hanging around. Probably not a good idea. So B1's actually decided just to completely forsake that bottom lane with Pudge, just keep going back and ganking, and has actually come top now to try and see what he can do against Speed, who is quite easily sitting at the top of the list when it comes to last hits and denies. On net worth, again, the highest in the game goes to the Phantom Lancer, and that's not what they want. And he has the Midas up, so he's been using that for quite a few minutes now to really accelerate his farm. And I still don't think we're getting anything from Vague.
just keep going. It'll be fine, I promise.
I think Vague's having a few problems with Dota, which is a shame. Hopefully he'll be back soon, and then when he is, he will alert us, and we will be able to actually include him. But the dive from Gyrocopter comes onto Speed. He actually puts up the rocket, so they know exactly where he's going. Are they going to carry on diving him? It doesn't look like they are. The rocket is also almost certainly going to hit Speed, but he's invisible, so it's not going to do any damage. And Scooby-Doo round the back actually dives into 4 of them. Massive mistake. He's going to get ganked so easily. Brewmaster picks up a kill. Are they going to be looking to get the other ones? Wacaddle's actually got no mana whatsoever, but Spray with the Dream Coil goes on to Octavius. Wacaddle actually steals his mana, doesn't get to steal enough. Round the back, Tengri gets another kill, going into his bear form. He's going to be picking up Octavius, surely. He's spotted him out now. Here he goes. He doesn't have enough for his Thunderclap, but it does not going to make any difference. Another kill goes the way of Invader, and a really nice dive by them, picking up 3 kills. And all of them went up there, but it worked very, very well. It looks like they're going to be picking up a tower as well. Nice play by Invader.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Speed still farming though. They still can't kill him. He's 0-1-0. He's farming very, very nicely. He has his power treads. He's looking to make his diffusal blade soon. Lifestealer does get the last hit on the tower, so that's going to help him an awful lot with his farm. He's really not doing particularly well right now when you compare him to Speed, who's really, really walking away with this match, doing very, very well farm-wise. 4,200, which is 200 more than the Brewmaster, and the Brewmaster has been getting quite a few kills. The Brewmaster's sitting, if we have a look, 223, so he's actually got 2 kills. So very nice farm by the Phantom Lancer.
I'm just going to have to point out to Scooby-Doo now, who has actually been caught out. His mana has been completely drained by Weak Caddy. Really nice play in the line, just taking out the Pudge as well. Kind of insult to injury after making him completely redundant without his mana. Jerry managing to avoid the Gyrocopter ult, so that's really nicely done by him. But he has been caught by the Park ulti. This is all over for him, surely. There we go, Rocket Barrage. Completely take him down by Big Nap. And Tengri takes down the Darkseer on the back and down on the offlane, so really, really well done all round by Invader.
Yeah, Invader are really starting to look a lot better now. They really had a bit of an iffy start, but they've really come back into this game very, very well, and they're playing exceptional now. They're really ganking very well. They're working well as a team, and they're doing exactly what they need to do. They can't just sit back and farm. It looks like Gyrocopter actually going for Arcane Boots, so it doesn't look like he's playing the carry role that we normally see. He's going to be playing a more of a semi-carry role with his Rocket Barrage that he's actually maxed. He's got 0 in Flat Cannon, so he's playing a semi-carry role, which is probably what you'd more expect actually. Actually, no, you wouldn't, because he was free farming. I thought for a second he was in mid, but no. That's a very, very odd choice.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say the same thing, but you were just on a roll there. The Gyrocopter going for Arcane Boots, warding and with the Ring of Aquila, and going fully into homing missiles. I was going to say before my Dota completely bloody crashed, forgive me for that. Invader actually being picked up now by Caddy. There goes the Dismember. Scooby-Doo easily getting the kill. Gyrocopter's going to have to back off now, but not going at all into Flat Cannon. Really unusual. Just going completely for an initiator style from Big Nap, which is so strange to see in this kind of meta. Normally we see a Gyrocopter going as hard carry as possible, but it doesn't seem to be necessary for Invader, who actually, despite being so potentially carry centric, have just really used Lifestealer as their only real carry. I'm just going to look at top now, with Spray has actually been infested by the Lifestealer. Are they going to go for anything? It looks like no. Forgive me. I think I may have been in a little bit of a false hope there, because it looks like they were trying to go on the Phantom Lancer.
Nah, but there was no way they were going to get him again. They don't have any dust or anything. There's no way they can pick up this Phantom Lancer yet unless they start getting dusts. And they need to kill him soon because he's still top of the net worth chart by about 300 gold. And Tengri just can't keep up with him. Even though Tengri has been getting kills and getting assists all over the place, he still cannot do enough to keep up with Phantom Lancer. And Phantom Lancer, if they're not careful, is going to get so farmed. As soon as he picks up a Diffusal Blade, he's going to start walking this game. He's got one of his Blades of Alacrity. He's going to start looking to get in his other now, and he has a Hand of Midas, so he's going to be getting an awful lot of farm off of that. And he's going to have his full Diffusal Blade in a minute or two if they're not careful and they don't start actually shutting down his farm and ganking him.
Really nice play there by Spray. Got hooked in, phase shift to avoid the dismember, and then just illusory orbed out. Speed on low health, but he hasn't been caught out by the Puck ultimate, whereas Joey has. Speed just turning that around, using Spirit Lance to kill the Puck. Now Brewmaster in his ultimate is trying to take down Scooby-Doo. It might be a bit of a foolish decision. The natural radiance on the ultimate is going to let him to take down Scooby-Doo, as well as the stuns, but Tengri has come out of his own ultimate. It looks like it's all over. There goes the telekinesis, as well as the vacuum from the Darkseer. Everything has been going on them. He won't be able to escape though. Spirit Lance gets the kill for Phantom Lance and he gets so much more gold, an extra 1,000 over the past minute. Really going well in his favour, and Weekaddy just going to escape there.
Yeah, double kill going for Speed, and now he's still got his Midas up as well, so he's going to just pop that now and finish his Diffusal Blade almost certainly. As soon as he goes back into the jungle, he is getting a ridiculous amount of farm now. He's almost finished his Diffusal Blade a minute or two earlier than I would have expected him to, but that double kill really helped him out an awful lot.
Well, absolutely. That's the one thing that Invader really have to be careful for. No matter how on form Invader look, Lifestealer is not a viable counter for Phantom Lancer, and they're going to have to rely very heavily on as much AoE as they can to really try and do anything. And maybe Brewmaster's ultimate if they can track the real one.
Yeah, but the chances of that happening are pretty low. I mean, they really need to get Dust or a Gem or something pretty soon and start ganking him, because they can't let him get that Diffusal Blade soon. Although there's almost nothing they can do now. He's sitting at 650, so this camp will probably get him his Diffusal Blade. And that's just not what RiP wanted. So that's not what Invader wanted. And it's exactly what RiP wanted. Even though Invader have had a very good start, 15-9 up, it's really not enough.
No, it really isn't enough, and maybe down to just Invader's very strange laning style and team layout. I mean, Toon very playing heroes in such strange ways. I'm just going to actually focus now on mid, where Spray was being caught out by the Rubik. Octavius has now turned this completely around. The phase shift was perfect to avoid the hook, and out of nowhere, Blackbone was infested by Tengri. Tengri just goes straight in there with his Blink Dagger and Thunderclaps, and the Infest does the extra damage to take down Pudge so easily. And now Puck is chasing after Octavius. Perfect illusory orb. The silence on Rubik, he can't escape, and Thunderclap and a last hit is all that was required. So nicely played by Invader, but again, will it be enough to counter this Phantom Lancer?
Well, you have to feel them. Maybe it might if they keep playing like this, but this Lifestealer with Infest is going to be very good now that Tengri has his Blink Dagger. But in goes Joey. He doesn't have the ultimate yet though. Maybe a little bit of a mistake if he gets caught out. He might get caught out by Tengri. Joey has the ultimate now. There we go. It's done all of the Brewmaster's spirits, but does absolutely nothing to anybody else because they'd all backed out. And all that happens is that he ends up dying, and nice hook by Pudge takes out V1 once again. Phantom Lancer hanging around. So is Wakadal actually uses his ultimate to pick up the Pudge. Daffy Duck trying to do something, but after the wall got popped, there's nothing he can do. They might just have to back off and let them go. They're going to almost certainly pick up Wakadal just because of the Phantom Lancer is so strong. Now that he has his Diffusal Blade, one right click will do it. There it is. And Speed gets another kill, but Tengri going right into the middle of them with that huge Q Thunderclap. Picks up the double kill with Puck. They're going for the triple. Can they get Speed? Yes, they can. And they get all three of them on the back. Nice play by Tengri and Puck, bottling up and getting back all of their mana and HP and turning that fight around right at the end.
Well, I didn't think it was going to be necessary because I didn't think they'd be able to pull it off. But if Waning Rift and the ultimate from Puck is just enough, if they can catch him at just kind of below half health, between Tengri and maybe with the lifestealer as well, the potential for just splash damage to burst damage to completely take down the Phantom Lancer is really the most viable option for taking him down, and they're doing that so beautifully. Phantom Lancer aimed the second Dream Coil goes down as long as it's up when he's up. As long as it's when he's visible, and that's exactly what they need to take down PL. They did it so perfectly.
Dire's top tower is
Yeah, they
under
did that
attack.
very well. Speed's going to be getting an awful lot of farm off of these creeps. But we were talking about this lifestealer and whether he was getting enough farm. He's now finished his armlet and sitting on 2k gold. So his farm has absolutely skyrocketed. He's only 300 behind Phantom Lancer now, and he was over 1,000 behind him before. It's just that team fight went so well, and he's picked up a few ganks, and he's really able to accelerate his farm in this jungle while everything else was going on around him.
Absolutely. In fact, if we look at the gold per minute, we can see Invader is doing so well. Brewmaster at the top with 427. If they want to play him in a carry role, they most definitely can. And now, actually, they tried to go for weak Caddo in mid, but Scooby-Doo missing that hook just by an inch. But still, it's such an interesting thing to see Gyrocopter played as an initiator, kind of in the days of old, before he was treated as a hard carry. Of course, we're seeing back in the traditional role.
Look at
Lion the
Blackbone.
same.
Blackbone's just diving speed, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it. He's going to have to surely infest to actually get the kill, because Speed can just doppelwalk away, but no! Nice play by Blackbone. He uses the infest when Speed was on no HP, and he actually gets the kill on him. So a little bit of a misplay by Speed, hanging around to get on so little HP before using that doppelwalk, and Blackbone just infest killed him straight away.
Yeah, that was absolutely beautiful play, and Invader are doing everything that they need to shut down this Phantom Lancer. I take back my original words. Invader have every chance of doing this now. If we look down in the kind of around Roshan, spray, perfect everything, Illusory Orb, Warning Rift and Dream Coil caught out everyone, and now with Quicano and Tengri, they're just going to take out Scooby-Doo as well. Absolutely insane play from Invader. They're just controlling the map completely, with only Daffy Duck left from RiP.
Well, now they're
Daffy Duck
diving
to be
him.
able to escape this.
No, he's not.
I don't think he's going to be able to
There's
escape
silence. Just the burst damage is absolutely ridiculous, and the fact that Spray and Tengri both have blink daggers now, they can just dive on anyone and take them out in a few seconds with the amount of burst damage they actually do with the thunderclap and the illusionary orb with the waning rift. It's just so much burst damage coming out from them, and we see Tengri going for a heart. He's picked up his Reaver and he's sitting on 1.6k of gold, so he's really doing exceptionally well. 9.3k of net worth.
Absolutely. With Phantom Lancer still doing best in terms of last hits and denies, but he's dying so often now. 3 for 3 is really not going well in his favour, and it looks like bottom tower tier 2 will be going again to Invader. They're just doing so well. Not a single tower, we have to point out, for Invader has fallen yet. So really, Invader just dominating the map, and the map control is huge. They're in 66% of the map now, without a doubt. It's really going to be difficult for RiP to turn this around. They're going to have to get that Phantom Lancer a lot more kills. His Hand of Midas is going to be a great asset to him, because it's just allowing him to get a little more farm overall. But Blackbone, with being involved in kills, just being around in team fights to allow him to soak up all the experience he can, is fantastic. And the Brewmaster's level advantage, level 17, he's gone so far ahead of the enemy team, who the highest they have for RiP is level 12. It's just such an advantage for them.
Yeah, Brewmaster is doing exceptionally well, and he did really well against Pudge in mid. I don't know what Spray's doing walking into the jungle, because Speed's almost certainly going to kill her if they meet. But oh, actually, they might actually just dive Speed. There's the silence. Silence was just a little bit too late. Speed manages to get away. Wakada was backing him up with his ultimate. He just really wanted to pop that on him and get the kill. But yeah, this Hand of Midas is the only thing keeping Speed in it right now. The Pudge hook narrowly misses. Nice try, just off. But yeah, as we said, this Hand of Midas is the only thing really keeping RiP in this game.
Absolutely, and it looks like now Daffy Duck may be caught out by the ultimate for Gyrocopter. Yes, he was, and Spray. Are they going to go on Scooby-Doo? Really?
Yep.
The ultimate, yes. Drink Call from the park is going to stun him, and he didn't know to stay. He actually gets hooked, and then the telekinesis stopped him from Scooby-Doo from doing his dismember. Not that he really wanted to. He did want to escape, but Puck, relentless in this kind of chase, has actually been pulled all this way back because he didn't want to risk it. He blink daggered away. And there's the ultimate from Warlock, but it's not going to stop Brewmaster, who just goes into his ultimate himself. He's going to catch out this Joey. Surely actually, no, great hook by Pudge, but it's not going to be enough. Brewmaster using all the moves on his ultimate to just catch him, and the stun now from his ultimate. Is he going to be able to catch Scooby-Doo? The built-in radiance has gone on Brewmaster's ultimate, and is actually going to fall out of his ultimate just now. He's on full health though. Can he do anything against speed? Can he do anything here against anyone? No, he blinks away. He's in too low mana, but nice little blink there to avoid Pudge's hook.
Yeah, well, he had the Heart of Tarrasque, and Heart of Tarrasque on Brewmaster is completely insane, because as soon as he splits into his bear forms, his heart activates, and he just gets all that HP regen for when he comes out of bear form, out of spirit form again. Absolutely destroys him. He was back on full HP as soon as he came out of that form, and that's just absolutely ridiculous. And they just can't handle that at 25 minutes. It's just way too fast.
Well, if we look at the experience in Gold Graph now, it is looking so strongly in Invader's favour. Plus 20 once or 2,000 in terms of experience earned. That's really down to that Brewmaster there. And plus 15 or 16,000 in terms of gold earned. So they're really doing so beautifully. There's not much RiP can do against this. They're going to have to rely so heavily on their Phantom Lancer getting more farm. He's got his ultimate orb. It looks like he's going to be going for a Manta style.
Yeah, and he's got the ultimate orb first, just for a little bit more survivability. He really does need those stats. He needs the extra strength, because they can burst him down so fast. He just dies before anything else can happen, and that's really not what, obviously not what they want for a Phantom Lancer. They want him to be staying in the fight till the end, and he's going to be farming as many channels as he can to try and get himself back into this game, and he needs to hurry. We see the Darkseer finally picking up a Vanguard, so that's going to help him against the Brewmaster a little bit, and helping against the right clicks from Phantom Lancer. Don't know if it's going to... no, sorry, it's on the same team as Phantom Lancer. I meant just the Brewmaster. I don't know whether it's going to be enough against the Brewmaster, but we'll have to see, because this Heart of Tarrasque is really just ruling the game on Tengri.
Absolutely, and let's look at him now. Exactly, what do you reckon he's going to buy next? He's got 1.3k. He's probably saving for buyback because he knows how crucial he is to the game, and he has died 3 times before, although it looks so difficult to actually take him down now. His ultimate's off cooldown. Again, he could potentially get a Scepter if he wanted to, but I don't think we're going to see that.
No, I'd be very surprised if he went for a Scepter. We see Assault Cuirass actually bought up on Blackbone. I was going to maybe say he might be going for an Assault Cuirass, but seeing that it's already up on Blackbone, that's not looking very likely now. And Speed actually using Doppelwalking, getting away, and completely juking B1. And the Gyrocopter even uses the ulti, but he's not there. He's already gone. Very far away. And but while that's happening, RiP just pushing mid. They really want to push it out. Tengri's there though. There's the blink. He's going to ultimate now. He's going to catch them all out. And there's the Dream Coil. And it's going to catch them all. They're almost certainly all going to die now, just because of Tengri and the amount of damage he's doing. Look at that damage. It's absolutely insane. Darkseer manages to put up the wall before he dies, but it wasn't enough. Triple kill goes to Tengri. Brewmaster completely dominating the game.
Well, it says Tengri's godlike. Oh my god, he is. Look at this, it's insane. Every single time he just comes in, he has his ultimate. It looks like they're going to take Roshan now, and who is there to stop him? Phantom Lancer, what's he going to be able to do with this? He's actually pushing as hard as he can. Really, their biggest chance is getting another Blade of Alacrity. He's building up his Yasha, but he's not going to be able to do enough, surely. He can afford the, what is it, Slippers of, whatever the next part is. Forgive me for being a little bit excited, but wow, absolutely brilliant play. And it seems to be coming down mostly to Tengri and Spray, who would just destroy.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, Puck has a Mystic Staff, so he could really be going for a Scythe of Vice, and if he gets that, Phantom Lancer could be completely caught out if his true form is revealed.
Yeah, I assume Puck is probably going for a Scythe of Vice now just to counter speed, but I believe Boots of Elven Skin were what were you meant to say that he needs. Yeah, even though they don't look anything like Boots in this game whatsoever, they look like green blobs, but that's absolutely fine. It's a band of Elven Skin. That's why they were Boots in Dota 1. It's now a band. Obviously, some sort of copyright reason. I don't know why they would change that. Actually, that's a little bit odd. But he is going to have his Yasha very soon.
Yeah, that's the annoying thing. You see so many things in a Sarkasti, you get used to so many names, and then all of a sudden they've changed everything. A Hand of Mine has become something absolutely ridiculous because they've run out of everything. But we'll probably see everything change to a Grieve or something or another one day.
Yep. Everything will become Grievals at some point. But Phantom Lancer now really looking to get that Manta style, and he's almost got it actually. He's already got another 600 gold on top of his Yasha. So if he wants to buy that Manta style, a few journeys to the jungle will do it for him. Even pushing this tower will do it for him if he wants to. He sent his illusions in. The illusions are going to be farming off these creeps, and yeah, he's almost got a Manta Style, and that's going to be very, very, very important.
Dire's bottom tower
I
is
mean,
under
absolutely. I'm a little bit concerned. I don't know if RiP can turn this around. They're going to rely so heavily on the Phantom Lancer. And really, they don't have the strongest counter. He's got his Yasha now. He's going to be saving up, and he's only 300 gold away from getting his full Manta Style, which is going to be so helpful for him. But Tengri has 3k gold in the bank. He easily has his buyback, and he has a point booster. So potentially, yeah, he could be going. He's going for an Aghanim Scepter. I called it. You said it was unlikely, but I called it. I'm going to take caster credit there.
But
because one of us always has to be right. But Puck, sorry.
I have to point out the Lion is also going for a Scepter, and he's almost got one. He only needs one more thing. He only needs the point booster now. Look at Spray there with the Invis rune. Gonna try and catch out Speed. One illusionary orb, and then the Dream Coil will get it. There's the silence and the orb, and Speed is gonna die. It's almost straight away. No, the Doppelwalk saves his life. Does she have the silence? No, she doesn't. They don't have any more splash damage, and Speed gets away on 40 HP. Now he has a Manta Style. I don't think they realise he's going to try and get away. He's almost certainly going to get away from that. And very, very lucky that Speed managed to actually get away.
Well, less lucky as much as it was just really well played. He didn't extend the barrier, and that's exactly what you want to see. But now Spray, Scooby-Doo tries to start on him as well as Octavius. Everything misses though. The wall goes up and it really catches out all three of them. Tengri, Weak Hurdle and Spray. But the damage from Puck is insane, as well as the damage from Tengri. He's actually been hooked now. There comes a Dismember from Scooby-Doo, disabling him for a decent amount of time. But Blackbone turns us around in Rage. And Rage and Open Wounds being able to help him get a double kill on the Rubik and the Warlock. And there goes Brewmaster again, getting the pudge. Phantom Lance Speed trying to catch out Tengri. Is he going to be able to do enough? Surely he isn't. No, he is not. The Hollis of Ask was disabled, but not nearly for long enough. And it's just going to go right back up. And Speed is on his own again. Is it going to be all over for him? There's the Open Wounds. Blackbone going for his double walk. That's exactly what you want to see. They've just put everything out on the Delusion. So really nicely unlucky for them. And that's the beauty of Phantom Lancer. But they're not able to do it. Phantom Lancer alone isn't enough, and it's just looking, well, lag spike there for everyone. I think that was again down to Valve, but really, really nicely played by Invader.
You'll have to excuse me. I did just sneeze. But yes. Yeah, there are little spikes in lag from noob host. I don't think it's anything to do with us, Tengri. I don't think it's anything to do with this. Isn't the bad old days of Dota 1 when you actually had to host the server. They do that for you now. But it's fine. They're just going straight for the racks, and I don't think RiP have anything. The hook, very nice, but nice phase shift away by Puck. In comes Blackbone. Tengri with the ultimate. Now they're going to catch a few of them out. The silence has been used. It hit that. But they have a Rax now, Invaders, and are they going to go for more? Because it doesn't look like they have anything to stop them. Speed is here. He doesn't have any sort of mana whatsoever though. He's popped his Manta Style, but that's about it. And they do actually back off. But nice play by Invader to actually finish off the Rax and get one set above them, because that's exactly what they needed to do. They needed to take control of this game while they're so far in the lead before Speed gets any sort of farm.
Well, it looks like it could be more than easily all over. It's going to take a miracle now for RiP to turn this around. If we look at the experience in gold graphs, it's at that extremely, it's gone well past that 20k kind of win it and make it absolutely safety barrier for the other, and for Invader. It's got about 35k in experience then in their favour, and about 26k in terms of gold. So they're just doing so well. And 33 minutes in, they've completely disabled Phantom Lancer exactly as they wanted to. He's got a hand of Midas, so he's been able to farm as much as he can, Fusible Blade and Manta Style, but it's not been enough for him. And they're just doing so well, and they're not stopping.
No, they're not. But remember that the last time we saw a Phantom Lancer come up against Lifestealer was Imber Battle.net versus Team Infused, and and even though it looked so bad for Imber, 2 racks gone, 1 push with that Phantom Lancer, and they won the game. So you can never ever call RiP out of this one. They've still got a huge chance to win. They just need to rely on, just try and get that Phantom Lancer enough farm and just kind of piggyback him to victory, because he's what they need and he can push so fast.
Well, if he manages to farm exactly as he needs to, which is going to be about 5k gold in a few minutes, which is by all means on a Phantom Lancer quite possible as long as you use a little bit of micro. Oh, it's just going to be a mad rush to get Speed all the farm he can, but the problem is Invader is dominating the jungles.
Speed walking out way too far. Puck has the silence and the scythe. There it is. Speed looks like he's going to die. Lion is surely going to pop the ultimate and just finish him. They don't even need to. They get the kill on Speed, exactly what they needed to do, and now they're going to push. And Lifestealer finishes up his Skull Basher, and they are going to probably just push his second racks now. They know that RiP have nothing to fight them with.
Well, we're going to have to say the time that we did see Phantom Lancer come up against Lifestealer, the experience in gold was entirely even, but look at Tengri exactly. He's going to take down the Warlock and all of his golems. He actually, telekinesis from Octavius, only taking out the water spirit there, so really strange, or is it the air spirit? I'm not sure. Absolute huge lag now as well. So that's a little bit of a pain.
Speed,
as the spells are going everywhere.
Yep, Speed on the back.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They didn't even get the tower. They did absolutely nothing, and there we can see Tengri just like, what just happened? Phantom Lancer absolutely wrecked them.
Well, I'm just going to wait for this big old spike in the experience in gold and graph, because this is probably going to be the thing that allows Phantom Lancer to get straight back into this game. All of them are out for so long. Incredible. The Brewmaster, does he have enough for buyback? No, he doesn't.
No one in the game.
603 gold off. No one in the game has enough for buyback. Puck by himself could do nothing, and now this push is going to be phenomenal from RiP. Is it going to be the winning push?
Almost certain. I'd be very surprised if they manage to get that far out, but they're going to get an awful lot of farm off of it. Speed and Spray is going to take him out, getting another kill. And 5 kills in a row for Speed, and his farm has just gone up so much. He's now sitting on 4.3k, and you were joking earlier saying that maybe he can get 5k.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Gold in just a few minutes after he died, and he's going to be building his heart to Rask, and now it's going to be even more difficult to kill. But we were talking about that Phantom Lancer and how difficult he actually is to deal with, and one fight can decide this game, and that could be the turning point that RiP really did need.
I believe I just predicted the future through sarcasm. That's the scariest thing that ever happened, but now Phantom Lancer is getting exactly what he needs to win the game. Fantastically played by him as well, I have to say. Invader just completely not being ready for it. Maybe they experienced some lag as well, I'm not sure. But he's really quite close to a harder to Rask now. And that is going to be a nightmare for Invader to deal with, because a Phantom Lancer with a harder to Rask means that they are in so much trouble. But Invader are not going to try and go for the same mistake again. They're going to deny their bottom tower and just push as much as they can now.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to be okay, but Gyrocopter could get caught out by Speed. Gyrocopter needs to get out of there. He has the purge. There it is. They can see him, but I don't think it's going to make any difference. He still has his diffusal blade up. If he wants to pop it, and it'll purge him, he can just walk away. Tengri pops the ultimate. Speed just runs, and this Phantom Lancer is really starting to dominate. You can see the problem. He now has his Heart of Tarrasque. He's just going to go and buy it, and so many problems for Invader now. They've only taken 1 Rax. They needed to have more, because it's really not enough. They're going to catch up Scooby-Doo, almost certainly. Joey is with him, and Daffy Duck and Octavius. Joey actually pops the ultimate, catches up Spray, but that's not going to be enough. They need to back off, surely. The Brewmaster doesn't have his ultimate, but Scooby-Doo actually gets silenced as he was mid-dismember. He's going to get taken out. So does the Warlock. The Puck actually manages to get away on a very little HP. And the Rubik, stealing Brewmaster's ulti, has to move, has to run. They've got all of this nothing. He might kill Spray, but that's about it. And that's not going to be enough to turn this fight around. Speed on the back, trying to do everything he can, getting nuked down. Is it going to be enough? They actually kill Speed. They managed to take him out, even though he had a Heart of Tarrasque. He doesn't have buyback, and now they ping. They need to go to distract. They absolutely need it now. They've got pretty much nothing left. If they leave Speed to come back, they're going to lose this game, and they're just going to dive it.
Absolutely amazing play. Unfortunately, Speed is getting taken out after getting that harder to rest. They could have won the game so easily with a little bit of more caution, but unfortunately, yeah, we saw so quickly members of RiP getting just caught out in that team fight, and it was absolutely
They're
insane.
going straight for the Ancient.
Warlock falling so quickly, but they are going straight for the Ancient. Daffy Duck is going to fall now. Surely.
It's actually been called, so it's already all over. They know Invader's won. 40 seconds left on the Phantom Lancer. They don't stand a chance. The Courier dies just to rub it in. Really nice play by Invader to take this game. It looked like RiP were getting back into it, but they managed to turn around the big team fight that mattered. Speed actually died in that fight, and really nice play by them, and they pretty much rode that Brewmaster to victory. Really nice play by Brewmaster and Puck. The amount of ganking and initiation that they could cause was absolutely insane.
It really was. I mean, can you believe exactly how that turned out, with Invader being just so on top for for almost all of the game after a shaky start? But just look at that. Phantom Lancer was so shut down. Tried to turn it around with an ultra kill. Got a heart of terrestrial out of it. Amazingly, despite me joking, 5k in a couple of minutes. He managed it. Well done to him, I have to say. I'm impressed. But no, was it enough? Not quite. Just a little bit too powerful there from the Brewmaster. Phantom Lancer did manage to catch him up in levels, but the rest of RiP's team wasn't really able